Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to use this screen print stencil from Chalk Couture on a onesie. It's so easy to do and so much fun. You're going to love it. So here it is. I'm going to use the ink from Chalk Couture on this piece. We're going to put some water and mix it up so that it gets the consistency of yogurt. We don't want it to be too thick. The great thing about this ink is that it is very concentrated. Okay, so let me close it up for a moment while I cut this, and I am going to be using scissors from Chalk Couture. I love these scissors. I love them so much. I ordered another pair because they don't get sticky with the glue that's on this screen print. And I love that. They just stay nice and clean. Anyway, so the great thing about Chalk Couture is that we could cut up these screen prints and mix and match them however we wish. Today I'm keeping it together. I love you and naps. Of course, I'm adding the lashes. Okay, so let me pull my onesie down. And it is a little wrinkled from being folded. So I'm going to press that. You want to open your fibers up so that it accepts the ink when we press. And you want to get the humidity out of the onesie or t-shirt. So we're going to press it. Today I am going to be using my Cricut. I'm not going to be using my big monster press. I don't need to with this. Okay, so it turns a little dark, and that's not because it's burned, people. That's because this is how red gets sometimes when you heat it, and as it gets cooler, it'll go back to normal color. Okay, so let me double check everything, make sure everything is nice and flat, and that I don't have to repress anything. And let's peel this. As you could see, it's shiny in the back because it is sticky. When you're using fabric, you just place it directly on the garment or whatever fabric you're going to be placing it on. And as you can see, I hope you can see it on screen, that it has a screen print. So let me lay it down. I'm probably going to fuss with it a little bit because I want to get it right in the middle. Now normally I use rulers, but today we're going to keep it easy peasy. I'm going to center it until I feel that it's centered. Okay, that's looking pretty good. But let me fix that bottom a little bit. I don't know. And keep fixing it until it is just perfect. I think it's pretty good now. Okay, so don't forget, I'm going to lift this now. Don't forget to put your mat inside. If you don't have our mat from Chalk Couture, you could cut up one from Cricut and put it underneath in between the layers of the shirt so that it doesn't pass through on the other side, so your ink doesn't leak over to the other side. Our mats are really great because they're a little sticky, so they hold the shirt in place. Okay, so here we go. We're ready to start putting some ink on this. I am going to use this to ink it. I'm starting with the white. So we're going to put some white ink and be generous. And we're not going to lose anything because we're going to scrape it right off and put the excess right back into the jar. That's the other thing that's great about Chalk Couture. You're not going to lose ink. There's no waste with your ink. This is so easy. Alright, so let me get a nice generous amount, put it on there, and now that I'm ready, let me take the excess off, and I'm going to place that right back into my jar. See? And I'll put it right back in. Yep, that's right. No loss of ink. And there it is. Oh my God. I'm going to put my stencil right into water, as you can see. And let me blow dry this. In between layers, you blow dry it so that it doesn't get lifted off with your layer. And as you saw just now, I have a Cricut mat under there because I haven't received my mat from Chalk Couture. So now I'm ready to press it. I want to press that first layer. So I just do that out of precaution because I'm going to put so many layers around this piece right here. Okay, let me wipe that off a little bit. I want to make sure that my stencil is safe. Okay, so I'm going to layer this eyelash on top. And I want to do it diagonally. So I'm going to use the black for this, the black ink. And let me wipe some of that excess off that cover a little bit. Yes, and nothing goes to waste. I love that. Okay, so let me get my little spongy brush ready. It is a brush. I call it a spongy brush. But anyway, let me load that a little bit so that we can put it on this eyelash. Okay, I'm going to put, like as usual, a generous amount. And we're going to scrape it off and put the excess right back into the jar. Okay, and that is ready. So let me peel this off. See, right back in the jar. No waste, ever. So we're going to pull it off. Yes, and there is one lash. Because I didn't cut it in half, I did wash off a little bit the lash I just used on that stencil. I make sure the stencil is extremely dry, the screen print. But first, let me dry the eyelash. I want to make sure it's nice and dry so that it doesn't smear. Okay, so now that that's dry, let me put the other lash on. And I'm using this board here just to measure. I need a measurement. I usually use a laser, but I'm buying a smaller little laser for just to do Chalk Couture. My laser is pretty big. It's for my big press. Okay, so now that that's laying there, let me make sure everything is correct, that the measurements are perfect. And now I'm ready to put in the ink. Alright, so this is so easy, guys. This is fun, it's easy, and it's quick. Like, I don't think I've ever done a onesie this fast. But anyway, okay, so that's ready, and all I have to do is pull this off. Let's be careful with it, and there it is. I love that. I love the way it looks. I'm going to blow dry that, and I need to make sure that it's nice and dry because I don't want it to smear anywhere. So now we're going to put end naps. Now again, I could have cut this in half. I chose not to separate the two words, and because of that, I would have to wash the screen print after I do the word and. So I want it in an angle, almost like a mouth. So I want it in an angle. And yeah, I gotta get that right. So let me make sure it's nice and stuck to that shirt so that there's no air bubbles in the section that I'm putting ink on. And as usual, I'm going to pull the excess out and we're going to put it back in the jar. That's always the same process, so it's really easy. Yep, and I clean my jar on the edges before I put the cover because I don't want it to dry stuck together. So, okay, so now let's pull this off and see what I have. Oh, I really like that. You know, it's great that it's a nice thin script and I don't have to worry about weeding. Some people don't like weeding. I do, but this is just so much faster. So I did wash my stencil, I dried it, and now I'm gonna find the right place to where to put the word nap. Okay, so there we go. Now we're gonna put the word nap, and yeah, again, same process. Okay, there it is. I love it. But I'll be right back with the final product. I'm just gonna blow this up so that you blow it so that it stays. I think it's so cute. And of course, I'm not done. Y'all know me, I'm gonna add something. But I'll be back to show you the final product. But first, we're going to press this, and I'm going to use my Easy Press from Cricut. I put it at 305 for 40 seconds on this particular onesie. Um, yeah, and this is the final thing that I have to do to set this in. So we want to set in these words, and look how cute. Oh my God, it's so cute. And remember what I told you, that that dark stain means just that it's hot. It starts going away as the shirt cools off. Yeah, looks great, right? So here's my final project.